counter-narrative news with a short commentary on a important development in the Ely area of South Wales, a suburb of Cardiff. Ely is clearly a neglected and impoverished community by design, not by coincidence. It's a series of council estates and a poor working class area, like many others across the island of Britain. It's seeing enforced unemployment, stripping of the public sector in terms of education, employment, services, leisure, sports, and culture. It's left young people and children with next to nothing to do that's unifying, supported, facilitated with facilities and support. It's stripped them down to nothing, which no human beings, and especially oppressed poor working class people, deserve. Most of the youth in this area seem to be racialized as white, but no doubt there is some level of racialized people and people of color and black people there also. What's taken place in Ely is ongoing police harassment and police brutality. Is there antisocial behavior amongst the young people and the local street crews? No doubt there would be. Growing up in impoverished households, often households that are split and see levels of abuse and trauma and internalized oppression, of poor education, failing schools, lack of real higher education access and jobs. What do you think young people are going to do in such a situation, especially in the context of a lack of political, social and cultural struggle that unifies all working class people? What the young people of Ely have faced seems to be that last night a couple of theirs, one 15 and 16-year-old, was being chased on an electronic bike by a police van. Last night until this morning, the police, in typical lying, falsifying fashion that informs the institutional abuse, the veritable Wayne Couzens gang, proven what we all know to be institutionally, violently racist, homophobic and misogynistic, conducting abuse and death and rape and sexual assault every day, all day. That last night the police said they had nothing to do with the deaths. CCTV has come out indicating that there was a police van chasing and after the two young people on an electric bike in the exact vicinity of the tragic deaths of these two youngsters. Our love and solidarity goes out to their immediate friends and family. Can you imagine what it feels like if your friends have been killed in a police chase, when you've been forced into an impoverished community that you know you don't deserve? That yes, you react perhaps not the most sophisticated and the way that is resulting in the best outcomes for you and your community, but nevertheless, rage is just, rebellion is just, when the police have killed and then lied upon that. And of course, everyone is telling people to be calm. Why should young people be calm? There's no reason to be calm. They're upset. They're grieving. They're harassed anyway. Communities like this in South Wales have a long-standing tradition going back 100 years, back to when the mining communities used to conduct veritable united socialist radical guerrilla operations against local police brutality in defense of their communities in an organized fashion in radical socialist and radical communist anti-colonial frameworks. The young people of Ely can lean upon that history. They can lean upon other histories of united working class struggle, often led by black communities in this country, the uprisings of Toxteth, St. Paul's, Handsworth, Southall, Brixton, Broadwater Farm Estate, and many more. Our message to the youth of Ely is fight back. When you fought back the riot police, you were right to defend yourselves and fight back. The police came to your community, you didn't go to their community. The police brought riot police to your neighbourhood, you weren't running off anywhere else chasing the police. They came to your neighbourhood on the basis of killing your friends and then lying on top of that. And then they come with riot shields, full-length shields and police batons, it's absolutely just that you fought that back. And you fought back and you inspired many people across the country and further afield. We were reminded of the August 2011 uprising. But reminding ourselves of that, we also have to remind ourselves we have to do what's best for us. Don't fall into the entrapment strategies of the police where they seek to contain our anger within our council estates and neighborhoods and streets. So whatever burning and destruction that is done in defense of our class interests and our community's interests is contained. The destruction is contained in our communities. Become more sophisticated. Develop community organizations. You have the human resource and the knowledge and experience amongst your neighbors to deliver serve the people projects for your friends, your children, your older friends, your older relatives. Organize yourselves, educate yourselves about the history of radical anti-colonial working class struggles in the world and in Wales and across this island. And then on the basis of that community strategic organizing, not only the mass sympathy that you've already got, which you clearly have from your neighbors of all ages, in sympathy with your anger and your defiance and your rebellion, but even more people will support you, and you will be in a much better placed position to fight back and to unite and to address all kinds of issues that you're going through. The fallout on your mental health, the fallout on your prospects on housing and employment, and on access to sports and cultural and leisure facilities. You can address these things in a self-organized way with no money involved because you have the power. We have the numbers. We can have the motivation, but we have to unplug ourselves from that brainwashing that takes us away from these strategies of solidarity and collective support and organizing and resistance towards liberation. Big up the youth of Ely. Big up the youth of Ely. I'm terribly sorry that you've lost your young friends, but let that inspire you to fight harder for your collective interests. And we wish you all the best.